What is the Gibson Ultima? Well, in today's video, we're going to find out. Hello guys, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury shred machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Keightley, and today I'm going to be showing you a beautiful Gibson Ultima guitar from 2022. But we're also going to have a wider look at the Ultimate range and the Crimson Division guitars that are made by Gibson. The Crimson Division is basically a step above custom shop. It takes custom shop guitars and basically specialises in highly decorative art pieces. So you have the Tree of Life inlays, crazy flame tops, and lots of really cool wood construction. So let's have a look at a brief history of the Gibson Ultima. The Ultima Les Paul is a highly ornate custom shop model that features a variety of complex inlay patterns and highly figured wood products throughout. They are usually one-off guitars or made in very limited runs. They are not just limited to Les Pauls, we've also seen them on 335s and SGs, and they pretty much can make any model into a Crimson/Ultima guitar. There's even been arch tops that have had this kind of decorative design. The most famous Ultimas are probably the Dragon, which has been reissued in 2022, and basically features the dragon on the headstock alongside traditional Chinese artwork on the fretboard. We also have the Harp Lady, which is actually the guitar that we have in today, which features the Harp Lady on the 9th and 12th inlays. And the most famous one that I can think of is Justin Hawkins' awesome Flame guitar, which was made in the early 2000s and featured a glitter finish alongside the flame inlays. So let's have a look at the Gibson Ultima that we have in today. So let's open this up. So here's the Gibson Ultima up close, and as you can see, it's absolutely stunning. This is in a lovely blue burst, and you wouldn't usually see this level of finish on the Gibson guitars. It's a very PRS looking finish. But the reason why it's called the Harp Lady is mainly because of the fretboard inlay. So if you see here around the 9th to 12th fret, we have a little woman there, which is lovely. So this is what the Crimson Division is all about, these highly ornate fretwork pieces, and as you can see, it's very similar to the Tree of Life that the Ibanez guitars do, but there's some lovely little things on here. So you have this lovely floral design, some kind of vases in areas, and obviously the Harp Lady. It's a mixture of abalone, mother of pearl, and all them lovely materials. The actual fretboard material is ebony underneath this, so it's obviously very dark and very bright sounding wood. So let's talk about the main construction of this guitar. So for the body, we have a mahogany body, which is in this lovely dark blue finish. This is actually a weight relieved guitar, so it's only 8 pounds, which is really good. We have a two-piece flame maple top, which is graded at 5A, which is the highest grade of flame maple you can get from the Gibson range. Really nice pinstriping, very modern looking top. We don't have a poker chip on this one, so it's just the gold pickup selector there. In terms of pickups, we have 57 Classics, which have a very kind of organic tone. They're very thin sounding in comparison to like a 490R, 498T set, but still very, very nice pickups. So this guitar is basically a Les Paul custom, as you can see at the headstock here. We've got that split diamond inlay. Obviously, it's just very highly ornate. So you have your 5-ply binding, as you'd imagine. We've got 2 volumes and 2 tones with the gold hardware. This one's a Nashville studded bridge with the stop tailpiece. On the back here, you can see you've got your custom shop medallion, which is really cool. As we work our way down the neck, we have a mahogany neck, which has that kind of modern Les Paul custom feel, so it's like a slim 60s. Still got a little bit of girth to it, but it is quite a thin feeling neck. As we work our way to the end here, you can see we have a gorgeous flamed maple cap on the headstock, which again, we don't usually see on Gibson guitars, so it's really cool on the Crimson level that you do. And also my favorite thing about these guitars are the cool tuners. So these are Grover tuners, the standard kind of gold ones that you get on most Les Paul customs. They have the Imperial Mother of Pearl tips, which just looks so cool. They're kind of borderline gaudy, but I think they just look amazing. And the showstopper really is the split diamond inlay in abalone, and the Gibson logo that's in abalone as well. This really is a work of art, and that is the point of these Crimson guitars, is to just create a piece of art basically. So these are absolutely stunning guitars. I've also just noticed that on the bound fingerboard, which is in white, you also have abalone inlays there as the fretboard indicators, which is really cool. So there's no doubt this is probably the most beautiful guitar I've ever seen. But how does it sound? So let's go to the tone demo and see if this guitar is just an art piece or if it actually is a good instrument. To start off the tone demo, we're going to be doing clean tones and we're going to be comparing the sounds on the neck, bridge and middle positions. Now it's time for my final thoughts on this Gibson Ultima. So is it a gimmick, is it just an art piece, or is it a great instrument? Obviously this guitar's a Les Paul that has really good tones and it was very usable to play and stuff like that, but obviously these guitars are made to be art pieces and collector's items. That's why they're so expensive and why they look so ornate and pretty. But at the end of the day, we rate guitars on being guitars on this channel. It's not about how good they look, it's about how they sound and how they feel. In terms of playability, this guitar felt amazing. I really like the slim kind of Les Paul custom neck, very similar to my Green Widow guitar. In terms of the pickups, I felt like they were a little bit thin sounding, especially for more rock and roll playing. I found that they sounded a little bit too organic, and I wanted a little bit more gain when playing with that. They were quite screechy in areas, but for clean stuff, it had a really nice kind of tone to it. I think the main reason why these 57 Classics sound a little bit thin is because of the ebony fingerboard, creating more brightness than a rosewood fingerboard would do, so therefore it was quite a screechy sounding guitar. Other than that though, for clean tones, it sounded amazing, and it stayed in tune very well. It was a very highly spec'd, well-built instrument. So let's talk about the price. Obviously these guitars are not cheap at all. On the used market now, they kind of sit around 8 to 10k, depending on whether it's a Harp Lady or if it's a different version of an Ultima. In terms of the price, I would never be able to personally warrant buying a guitar for 9 grand, especially one that was just looking really cool. I think these will always have great resale value, so if you're in the market for making a great investment into a guitar, then by all means do that. But in terms of an instrument, you do not need to pay this amount of money to get a good sounding guitar. This Les Paul plays just as well as any other custom shop Les Paul, but obviously the looks take it to another level. So in my opinion, I think the Gibson Ultima may be worth it for some people, but it's definitely not worth it. That being said, it's a killer art piece, and I'd love to have it on my wall if I could. Hopefully that answers the question of whether the Gibson Ultima is worth it or not. Thank you so much for listening to today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and comment down below, and make sure to subscribe as well. We'll be announcing the winner of the Silver Sky giveaway on Friday this week, and you may be the lucky winner of the guitar. Thank you so much for watching this Squealing Pig Guitars video. My name's been Keightley, and I will see you in the next Squealing Pig Guitars video. Keep rocking, guys.